course at the end. You got a young Mark Summers as the host, and yes, that's Mark with a C because, well, we spelled things differently in the 90s. Back then, you spelled Mark with a C, you spelled kids with a Z, all because it was cool with a fucking K. So you have a family on each side of the stage, and they're given some arbitrary team name. Okay, first up, we got the blue team, the Curious Uncle. They're gonna go up against the red team, the Manitoba Stranglers. Looks like it's gonna be a good game. But it didn't matter what the family team names were because they were all the same. Each family had 2 kids, the dad always had a mustache, and everybody's mom just kind of looked like this. And for whatever reason, when they introduced the families, they'd always make like the youngest kid tell some bullshit story about their family, which always took way too goddamn long. So, little Susie, I heard you have a funny story about the time the family dog grew up in the driveway. Care to tell us about that story? Yeah, one time there was like this dog, it was our dog, and we were leaving, and then the dog, it was in the morning, and when it happened, we were there, over by the bushes. Right before that, my brother was walking, and then we looked over, and I think it was raining. No, it wasn't raining. And then Mom was there, and then we looked over, and then the dog grew up in the driveway. That was a fantastic story there, little Susie. How about we do some fucking trivia now? Now, Double Dare starts out as a basic trivia game, but there's a catch. And that is, if you don't know the answer, you can always dare the other family to answer it and hope that they're just as stupid as you are. Well, hold on a goddamn minute. The show's called Double Dare after all, and that is because they could always double dare your ass back. Now you have to do a physical challenge and look like a complete asshole on cable television. And since trivia is boring as hell by itself, I think they made the trivia questions a little difficult just so they could get to the goddamn physical challenges. All right, blue team, first question. What is the hypotenuse derivative of the fifth hyperbole when it's divided by a denominator of the fifth degree? Yeah, I think we're gonna dare on this one. Okay, over to the red team. Red team, what is the hypotenuse derivative? Fucking double dare, Mark. I put up drywall for a living. What the hell? And we're back to the blue team again. Physical challenge, Mark. For Christ's sake, we'll do the fucking physical challenge. Now, the physical challenges were really never all that physical. It was really just an excuse for one of the kids to make their parents look like an asshole in front of a live studio audience. All right, little Susie, you got 30 seconds to fling this bucket of bear shit down there at your dad who's got a bucket taped to his head like an asshole. Ready, set, go. Oh, and there they go. Little Susie's giving it her all. Dad's down there and he's looking like he's eating shit, both literally and figuratively. The crowd is going wild. Oh boy, it's gonna be close. Oh, time's up. You lose. Put it out to the red team. Dad, here's the moist towelette. Now get the fuck off my stage. So this whole fiasco goes on over and over again until Mark has had enough of that happy horse shit. And at that point, whichever family has the most money goes on to the Big Daddy obstacle course. And the other family gets a pair of Skechers, and they promptly fuck off. Now, of course, the obstacle course was the best part of the entire show. It's what put the asses in the seats at the Double Dare studios, if you will. I mean, you gotta cross the monkey bars, you gotta go sliding down slides into vats of slime, or gack, if you will. You remember gack? That bright, colored, goofy shit? I think that's what modern TV's missing these days. There's not enough gack in it. You go ask anybody on the street that's under the age of 25 what gack is, they wouldn't have a clue. Gack? What the hell? What is that, a fucking Dr. Seuss character? What the hell is gack? All right, well, the whole point of the obstacle course is you have 60 seconds to retrieve 8 red flags. Each flag that you got, you won a prize. Now, each prize, of course, got progressively better as you went, which meant that the first flag was always some bullshit prize. Like 15 minutes before the show started, the showrunners were like, hey, you took care of that first prize, right? What? No, I thought you did. And then they had to, like, run to a Dollar General real quick to find something. But it didn't matter because they always hyped it up on the show like it was the best prize fucking possible. All right, for the first flag, they gotta climb over this baby pool filled with a fuck ton of gack. If they do that, Harvey, what do they win?
It's a bottle of Palmolive dish soap. Yeah, that's right. Whether you're scrubbing pots and pans or you're disciplining foul-mouthed children, dish soap by Palmolive will get the job done.
And of course, the middle flags would always showcase, like, the peak of 90s electronic technology at the time. All right, for this obstacle, we're gonna dump a bunch of bullshit on your head, and then there's, like, a flag or something. I don't know. Harvey, what's the prize they win?
It's a Panasonic VCR! That's right, this bad boy comes with tracking, a remote control, and it weighs more than an average 5th grader. Now Dad can watch Smokey and the Bandit right in your very own living room thanks to VCR by Panasonic.
Now, the grand prize, of course, was at the very end, and this was either a vacation or it was a brand new car, which I thought was very ambitious for a Nickelodeon game show. All right, little Susie, if you get past the rabid Doberman and grab the flag, Harvey, what's the grand prize?
It's a Ford Escort. That's right, it's a 1.6-liter four-banger with a top speed of 49 miles per hour. It's cheap, it's economical, and it sounds like the hooker of automobiles. It's the Escort by Ford.
So finally they start this out, of course, and let's be honest, it's a complete shit show. I mean, the kids are one thing, they're all spry and limber, they're doing well. But then you got Dad lagging behind with his fucking high-ass blood pressure, and Mom, who hasn't fucking ran anywhere since her lacrosse days in high school. They got 60 seconds. They sure as hell ain't winning that Ford Escort, I can tell you that. Hell, even as a kid, I knew how every episode of Double Dare was gonna end. And that is with time running out, and somebody's out-of-breath dad frantically searching a giant nose for a fucking flag. Oh, that's a bullshit! There's no flag in there! This goddamn game is rigged! Oh, wait a minute, here it is. Then you got Mark Summers coming in out of nowhere. Well, I guess it sucks to suck, doesn't it? Harvey, tell them all the prizes they won.
Well, they got the Palmolive dish soap, the Bugs Bunny pencil sharpener, the Vanilla Ice cassette tape, the Pogo stick, and the gigantic VCR by Panasonic.
And then boom, credits roll, the show's over, and your 8-year-old ass is fucking entertained, I can tell you that. That was it. Solid, simple American television in the 90s. Now you turn on TV these days and you gotta watch Dog the Bounty Hunter dressed up as a fucking armadillo. I don't want to watch that. Just give me a bumbling Midwestern family covered in bullshit trying to win a fucking karaoke machine, and I'll be all set. The end. Alright, now like I've said a million bajillion times before, I used to play a lot of games outside when I was a kid. And one of those games was the classic Truth or Dare. Now normally you're supposed to play Truth or Dare with like girls in somebody's basement, and you make out with somebody with braces for the first time, or whatever you do. But this version of Truth or Dare was with me and my dirty little 9-year-old friends from the neighborhood. Now Truth or Dare, of course, is a very simple game. If you pick truth, you have to answer how many times you pooped your pants in public, or whatever the question that was asked. If you pick dare, you're forced to do something gross or potentially life-threatening. So needless to say, you pick truth if you wanted to play it safe. And this is really where you would learn stuff about your friends that, well, you probably didn't want to know in the first place. All right, Michael, truth or dare? Truth. What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you? One time the ice cream man smelled my hair and then he asked for my phone number. What the? Michael, what the hell? Yeah, and then I tried to pay for my freeze pop, but he just licked his lips and drove off. Okay, well, that's pretty fucking weird. Anybody want to go next? And sometimes when we would play, we would do a little variation where one person would ask a question and everybody else had to answer it. All right, let's do, what's the most embarrassing moment of your life? Ready, go. Mine was the time I peed my pants during a spelling test. Mine was the time I fell off my bike and cried in front of my dad. Mine was the time my stepdad found me pooping in the sink. Dude, what the? Or maybe it was the time I ate 9 tubes of chapstick and threw up at a Payless shoe store. Dude, fucking sick. Oh no, it's definitely the time I had to go to the ER when I shoved that Lego piece up my pee hole. All right, Michael, that is enough. You are not allowed to pick truth anymore. Holy hell. Now, of course, if you're more of a risk taker, you could opt with dare. And being the dirty little bastards that we were, the dares would start out fairly trivial, but then eventually evolve into fucking borderline domestic terrorism. They'd start off simple like, okay, I dare you to ding-dong ditch the guy with the eye patch that lives down the street. Okay, I'll do it. Yeah? Hey, what the? Hey, you behind the bushes. Hey, I see you. How you doing? I fucking do too, you little bastard. I can see your fucking generic-ass Scottie Pippen jersey from here. I still have one good eye, for Christ's sake. But then gradually, the dares would start to become a little bit more severe, if you will. Okay, I dare you to take a shit on the porch of that guy with the eye patch that lives down the street. Okie dokie. God damn it, what is it? Hey, what the? Oh, what the fuck? Hey, you poop on my stoop. Get your ass over here and scoop the poop off my stoop. Now, why the hell would we do stuff like that? I mean, it's not like you can win truth or dare after all. Well, you did it because you didn't want to be called a wuss. Because apparently that's right at the top of the list of the worst shit you can be called as a kid. I swear the words do it and don't be a wuss was probably responsible for like 78% of the stupid shit that we did as kids. And it's pretty much the reason how we got Michael's gullible ass to do just about any dare that we wanted. Come on, Michael, do it. Don't be a wuss. I dare you to eat this purple crayon as fast as you can. Fuck you, I'm not a wuss. What's next? I dare you to spit on your own face. Piece of cake, what now? I dare you to shove this Lego piece up your pee hole. I've done it once, I can do it again. But out of all the dumbass shit that we've seen Michael do, he never really got in trouble for it. That is until one day when Michael was dared to throw an empty Snapple bottle into a busy-ass intersection in broad daylight. Yeah, clearly not a good idea. Like I said, borderline domestic terrorism wasn't off the table as truth or dare. And thinking back on it, I don't even think we told him to do it. I'm pretty sure Michael just dared himself like an idiot. Dare me to huck this Snapple bottle into oncoming traffic? What? No, Michael, what are you, nuts? What the fuck? Now, what followed next was a confrontation with the angriest man that I've ever seen in my short 9-year-old life. This This guy runs out into the street, just leaves his car in the middle of traffic, and just starts losing his shit in the middle of broad daylight. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever been yelled at as a kid by a strange, angry man that you've never met before, so badly that it caused a little bit of pee to leave your body involuntarily, but it's quite the fucking experience, to say the least. What the fuck did you throw at my Buick?
It was a sample model.
What are you fucking trying to kill somebody?
We were just playing Truth or Dare.
Yeah, well, here's the truth for you. If you ever hunk something at my car again, I'm gonna burn down your house and kill the fucking family dog. Let me catch your little generic Scotty Pippen ass out in the streets again. I'll punch a 9-year-old. I'm not afraid of jail. So, after that, needless to say, we were done with playing Truth or Dare.
You guys want to go, like, play Duck, Duck, Goose or something instead?
Yeah, let's go fucking play Duck, Duck, Goose. All right, so not too long ago, I had to go to the eye doctor to renew my prescription for contact lenses. And like most people, I put off going to the eye doctor as long as I can, until I'm on my last pair of contacts, and they've been in my eyeballs for way too long. Every time I blink, it makes a sound effect. So finally, I give up and I go to the eye doctor. And some of you out there might be like, hey, wait a minute, didn't this guy already make a cartoon on the eye doctor like 40 years ago? About the time when he was a kid and he got some ugly-ass glasses that were too big for his face? Well, yeah, I did, but this is 2023 now and I'm an adult. No more of those double-bridge Jeffrey Dahmer glasses. I got me some contact lenses now. And I have to say, a lot has changed in the old eye doctor world since then. I mean, sure, some things are still the same. You still have to go through all those tests with the eye doctor's assistant. Like the test where you have to smash your face up against the machine and stare at a fucking hot air balloon while they measure the circumference of your eyeball or whatever the hell they do. Now, maybe instead of the hot air balloon, some of you may get the old big barn on the horizon, whatever your flavor is. And I don't know about you, but every time I stare at that thing, I feel like I'm being set up for like one of those jump scares, like it's fucking 2006 again.
Okay, now focus on the big balloon. Open up really big now. Just a few more seconds and...
Piss!
Okay, good.